This is take 3. Oh, God. Yeah. Microphone stand. Take 4. Sorry, I've already started explaining what's going on, and the microphone batteries went dead. It's one of those days. This is going to be another quick video. The camera's there. So bear with me on this one, because yesterday it was a quick video quite simply because the fuse in the plug had blown. Now that never happens. Not in the plug. Not for no reason, but it had. So that TV went back today. Some people in the comments quite rightly said, well, that sort of stuff you can fix, you know, take a multimeter. I've always got tools in the car. I hate with a passion now, didn't used to. I hate with a passion now having an audience. Sometimes there's kids running around. Sometimes it's just, without going into too many personal details, sometimes it's just not nice repairing in the house. And the TV that we did yesterday with the fuse that had blown, well, that was only down the road. I could have walked and fetched it. And sometimes the customers prefer that. The customers do prefer if you will come and collect it. If they can't get it to me, I give them a price, which is not a lot of cash, but I give them a price to come and fetch it, to be a taxi. And remember, that's a 4-way journey, so it's going there, bringing it back, and then doing the diagnostic and going back and back again. So I give them a price, and 9 times out of 10 they're happy with the price. So it's always best to do in-house. I used to be a show-off years ago, and I would have loved fixing TVs in people's houses, but not now. Don't want an audience. I had to do one in-house today, but that was a 65-inch. And the 65-inch is too big for the workshop. This guy had got 2 65-inch TVs. Both of them had dropped. How do you drop 2 65-inch TVs? So one had a smash screen. One, the screen was fine. I don't know how this happened. Think about this. So 2 65-inch TVs dropped. This is from a hire company that hire out TVs. One had obviously smashed. So I'm guessing that landed screen down. Screen first. And the other one must have landed on its back because the screen was fine. The chassis was a bit bent. And these 65-inch TVs, they're Vestel. They were Techwood Vestel 65-inch. And the other one must have landed on its back because even though the screen was intact, it had caused the prism sheet to come away and some of the other sheets to come away from the edgelit strips, just a little bit. It only has to come away a couple of millimeters, and there were plenty of shadows on the screen. And, you know, taking a 65-inch screen out, especially a flimsy, cheapy thing like a Vestel screen is not great. It must have taken 2 of us an hour and a half today to take the screen out. There were so many screws in this edgelit thing. And then take the screen out, reset all the prism sheets, and then put it back together. And I'm just not comfortable these days doing it in-house, but that was something that I couldn't do. But anyway, so this is day 2 of a TV that you can possibly... No, you can't... Oh, yes, you can. You can see it on the big screen. You can see the back of it. You can tell that it's not a new TV. And again, I am going to say that this TV is not faulty. It's a real coincidence. I've had 3 TVs in one day that are not faulty. You can't class the fuse as a fault. That's just life, man. And this one I don't think has a fault. But again, I couldn't test it in the lady's house. I just went to collect it. She showed me it coming on. And then I said, okay, I'll do a test. So 3 TVs in one day. You wait till you see the 3rd one tomorrow. It's not a repair. Somebody gave this away on Facebook. It's a 43-inch 4K LG TV. Somebody has given it away for the most ridiculous reason. And they even admitted to me, while they were telling me about the TV, without knowing it, they admitted what the fault was. So I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But the TV you're going to see tomorrow is not faulty. They've just made a mistake, and they admitted to me what the mistake was afterwards, but still didn't put 2 and 2 together. I'll tell you more about that. We'll do that one tomorrow. Right, hopefully my microphones have charged up enough so we can have a look at this TV behind me. So bear with, and I'll swap microphones. Sorry. Swap to number 5. Hopefully that's better. We do live in an area that is by transmitters. So the transmitter I'm on, incidentally, is different to the transmitter that my next door neighbour's on. It's the way that it works. Maybe it's the same in your particular area. So there's a chance that this lady's bedroom TV was tuned into one aerial, and chance that this is not tuned in to the other aerial, if that other transmitter, if that makes sense. So basically, all I'm going to do is test this on the in-house system. We'll go to setup. We'll go to auto tuning. We obviously don't want CCAM. And let's see. I should get some pretty quickly. It's not found any so far. Oh, maybe it has got a problem then. I should have some by now. Me and my big mouth. This is not tuning. Me and my big mouth. That can't be right. Aerial's plugged in. Aerial is plugged in. Yeah, that should have picked them all up by now. It's normally channels 22, 24, 32 and 40 here. Okay, there's something not right here then. So I'm going to try that again. What did I miss? Was it not Powell? Setup auto tuning. Well, yeah, it is. Oh, how strange. But how come she had it working in her bedroom? That's a mystery. I'm going to reset the TV. Am I missing something here? Am I being dumb? Does the aerial look corroded? No, it doesn't. It looks fine. Well, that will serve me just right. Right, I'm going to in-stop it, which means reset it. You can only do that if you've got a service remote, an LG service remote, obviously for this TV. But I wouldn't have thought that that's the problem. I really wouldn't. No. It is a tuner issue. Now, on certain TVs, on some TVs, capacitors would fail on a power supply and stop it from tuning in. So I've got to give this old lady more credit than I did, because I would have thought she's just not tuned it in correctly. I'm going to let it go all the way through. Not a capacitor, sorry, there was a Samsung that had this FET, that if it failed, your TV wouldn't tune in. I'm still mesmerised by this. Well, not mesmerised. Oh, am I being stupid? It's doing auto-tuning. Maybe it's doing analog tuning first. Maybe it's going to kick into DTV. No. Oh yes, because it says TV, look. So obviously analog TV, it's going to find nothing. But again, by now, DTV should have kicked in and found something. And it hasn't. Yet. No. That would have kicked in by now. That would have kicked in by now. Well, mainboards for these must be 10 a penny, but I do need to check the power supply and check if there's any obvious problems. But how strange. So she did have it working in her bedroom, but it would still have that tuning data stored as soon as she needed to move it. Why am I thinking this should be a simple fix and I'm just not thinking logistically? Or logically. Same thing. That's not finding anything, is it? What a good old-fashioned fault. Let me just check that there are some TVs, but not LGs. Some Sonys used to have 2 aerial inputs, one for analog, one for digital. But no, not this one, that just says antenna in. In case you want to know the model number, it's a 32LD 450. I don't think it's the power board. I think it's the tuner on the main board. But anyway, that proves me wrong. It does have a genuine fault. There's something in the back of my mind saying, yes, these did have that fault. But I've left it too late. I can't do anything about it tonight. But can't find any valid channel. Well, I shall check the antenna connection. I'll just make sure. But I've just had a new aerial fitted. And the aerial is working on the other TV perfectly. I can't show you it working perfectly, but it is working perfectly. Oh, okay, well that's a bit of a mystery. But maybe it is a main board job. For those that don't believe me, I'll just show you. You can see my monitor there, but if I change my monitor to a different source, it will come up with the TV, and there it is. There's the TV, which is, so the aerial is picking up the TV channels. It's not that. There was a problem with, I think it was the processor on these boards that did it, which is why I'm not going to take the back off it tonight. So what can I do? I wanted to make this video to make it look like I was brilliant and the customer was really silly, and it turns out the customer was absolutely right all along, and I should go and apologise. I've got a funny feeling that this won't get repaired, because if it is the processor, I think all the boards, I think it's too expensive to repair for the size of the TV and for the age of the TV. I could be wrong. When we do the other one tomorrow, which is another LG, which definitely doesn't have a fault, he kind of says, hesitantly this time, I'll let you know how I've got on in finding a part for it. But yeah, this, I've got a funny feeling that it's the processor on the main board that caused all the LDs on the LG models. So LG being the brand, but the model is LD. This is an LD 450. And I think all the LDs suffered with a processor issue, which stopped these from tuning in. Yes, of course it did. I did one last year. We did one last year. You won't get a processor for this. I'll go looking, but I won't get a mainboard for this. I just won't. And I think it stops the HDMI from working as well, which you wouldn't have noticed on that, of course. It's all coming back to me now. Probably not going to be able to fix this one, but the customer was right, engineer was wrong. Okay, that's 1-1. I will make it 2-1 tomorrow.